നമസ്കാരം, ക്രോസ് റോഡ്സിലേക്ക് സ്വാഗതം. ഓരോ ആഴ്ചയിലും വ്യത്യസ്ത മേഖലകളിൽ നിന്നുള്ള സെലിബ്രിറ്റികളാണ് ക്രോസ് റോഡ്സിൽ നമ്മോടൊപ്പം എത്തുന്നത്. അതോടൊപ്പം തന്നെ അവരുടെ വിശേഷങ്ങളാണ് നമ്മൾ ക്രോസ് റോഡ്സിൽ നിങ്ങളുമായി പങ്കുവെക്കാറുള്ളത്. ഇന്നും വ്യത്യസ്തമായ ഒരു മേഖലയിൽ നിന്നുള്ള ഒരു സെലിബ്രിറ്റി തന്നെയാണ് നമ്മോടൊപ്പം ക്രോസ് റോഡ്സിൽ ചേരുന്നത്. ഇറ്റ്സ് നൺ അതർ ദാൻ ദ പേജന്റ് ക്വീൻ ഓഫ് UAE, MEENA ASRANI. MEENA ASRANI, Mrs. India Universe Popular 2018, Mrs. India Universe Dubai, and she is the pageant guru. She is the international groomer and award winner of Unity Awards, right? Winner of Unity Awards and so on. And more than that, she is the founder of Being Muskan Events, isn't it? Okay, so let's welcome her to Crossroads. Welcome,
thank you
MEENA.
so much, Reena. First of all, thank you so much for inviting me here. It means a lot. Thanks for giving me the platform to connect with your audience. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. We audience wanted to know more about you through this Crossroads. And as we know, like, you are from a very, very traditional family, isn't it? Traditional Indian family from Mumbai, living in a joint family. You are being into so many traditional values, and as we know, Indians always give importance to cultural and traditional values.
Definitely.
From there, you are now an inspirational woman to all the women of UAE. And there is a long journey in between this. How did you cross the road? We want to know the story of that, actually.
I am glad that, by God's grace, I'm having this opportunity to motivate a lot of ladies. Yes, completely, truly said that I belong to a Brahmin family. My parents are from Banaras, and I'm born and brought up in Bombay. And, as every traditional family, I was also having a lot of restrictions, like talking about in terms of your clothing, the type of friends you're making, and the types of events you're going. But then, yes, I have always been a rebel of the family, to be very frank. And this is what my father have always told me, that what you're doing might not be correct for somebody else, okay, or might be correct for somebody.
Of course.
So if you think what you're doing is correct, and if you have got those good values in your upbringing, so you know what is good for you. So you do what you feel is good, and have always followed that despite of what people are thinking, what others are thinking. I believe me doing this is not harming anyone, is going to help someone, and this is where I have always followed, and here I am right now.
Okay, so when did you have this passion to come into this field of pageants and all?
See, being in Bombay, born and brought up in Bombay, we have it in our blood, the fashion industry, the movie industry. But as I said, I was always restricted towards going into this field. And then I met man of my life, Mr. ASRANI.
Oh.
Yes. I met him in the college, and I think this was the first, and I'm not sure, might be the last love marriage of my family.
Really?
But, yes. And he's the guy who helped me, okay, to achieve my dreams, okay. And I'm very blessed to have him in my life. I'm very blessed to have the in-laws which I have, they have.
So when you were in love
me.
itself, you shared your dreams and your goals and all?
Definitely. and until I gave I delivered my son, and he was 4 years when I did my first photo shoot, and I was nowhere thinking that I'm gonna do this. I was completely into my kid, like how every Indian woman is, involved in kid, like taking care of everything, like even how many times he's sneezing in a day. I used to record everything. I was too much into him. But then there was a point when one of my Pakistani designer, she approached me, and she was like, why don't you, because I am blessed with my physique, I really don't have to do gym, yoga, anything. I can eat anything, whatever I want, but I still look very slim. So she approached me. She's like, why don't you do a shoot for me? And I was hesitant. I'll be very honest. Around 2 to 3 times, I tried to avoid her from the public events. But one fine day, she caught me, like, no, you're not going to say no. I'm arranging it. If you don't come, I'm going to spend all this money. It's going to be wasted, but it's just for you. So I went there, and everybody loved the pictures. And then one of my friends, she saw Mrs. India Universe contest happening in Bombay, Pune. She sent me the link, and then all my friends started motivating me that do this. And this was the first time I left my kid alone, and I went to Bombay. I was there for around 7 days. It was a amazing training session, and I have gone through this. And this is where the journey started. I got the title there as Mrs. India Universe Popular. I came back with the title.
That was the first title you received.
Correct. So I got a lot of love from UAE. When I came back, people started calling me in different events. They wanted to know my story. They wanted me to share my journey with them. So a lot of love I got from Indian community.
So was that the first event? Yes.
That was the first one where I participated in India.
So in college days and all, you were interested in
I was
fashion
always
shows?
good. No, not into fashion shows.
No.
I'll be very honest.
Yes.
I've been always into, you have this college year voting system. I was always into debate competitions. I was into theater. I'll be very honest. But I was not mostly part of fashion shows. I was into theater. As I told you, even though I was having interest into fashion, but because of my family, I was not going to that one. But yes, I was having interest, but I never participated. But I have always participated in elocution, debate competitions, and arranging the events, like going for the voting systems and all. So that all I have done. So I was having that kind of leadership quality from my college itself, which I wanted to explore more. And I started this year then.
Okay. And so how was the journey for this Mrs. India Universe 2018?
It was
Where
very
did you start
beautiful.
from?
See, it was very difficult for me, to be very frank, as we know our Indian society, leaving a 4-year-old kid, going alone. A lot of people start talking that what is the need of doing it? What are you going to get? You're literally paying for the fees, for transportation,
Yes.
for everything. You're spending money, spending time, and above all, you're leaving your kid and going. But I wanted to do this for myself, and I did it. And after that, just how we were discussing a few minutes back, initially I also got a lot of negative comments, a lot of disagreements, and but still, as I told you, I knew what I'm doing is correct, and it's with a good intention and for the good outcome. I did it, and now the point is, the people who are talking about it, they invite me personally that you have to come, because with this title, or say with this kind of work and love from people, if I go to anybody's event, either it's a private event or public event, people wait for me to come there. People wait to meet me, and a lot of people are literally, using the brand name, using the face of mine, so that they can attract some real good females, or say real good crowd to attend their event. So this is what the journey have given me.
Okay, that's right. So when we talk about all these, we cannot miss out this being Muskan events, isn't it? So this, as I know, it's purely on empowering women, uplifting them, giving some meaning to their life, isn't it? So how did you thought about this being Muskan events? What was the beginning of this, and how did you think about starting such an event group?
What happened is, after doing my pageant, I was training the ladies. The organizers have approached me that you have good personality, you're very good in speaking, why don't you do a grooming session for the participants? So I started with grooming the ladies. That's where I've got training for being an international groomer. So I have gone to India, I have gone to Mauritius, Thailand, Oman, a lot of different places as a trainer, as a groomer. And we have supported, as being Muskan events, we have supported a lot of different events also. The meaning being Muskan says being happiness. Muskan is happiness. And we have seen, after giving this training, we get a lot of respect and a lot of happiness on these females' faces, when what they come, what they become, and when they perform, they see the difference. So the happiness when they leave from the show is next level. So this is the reason we titled our brand as being Muskan, which is being happiness. And after doing this training, grooming, I got a lot of love from these ladies, and we supported a lot of different events also. But we came to know that there were some events which were not genuine, and there were people still in UAE also, I would not prefer to name them, who have never attended any kind of international pageants or never been a part of it, but still they're organizing, which is kind of not motivating them, because they don't really know there is a difference in a fashion show and in a pageant. Okay, pageant is to upbring the person. It's not only about the looks or how the person walks, it's about the entire personality. And to be very frank, I'm very, very, very proud of every single winner of mine, because they don't only look good, they carry themselves, they have that weightage as a complete human being. So this is what a pageant does. Okay.
Yes.
People don't have experience, but still they're organizing the pageant, and this is not motivating the girl. A lot of ladies have been calling and crying, that this is very demotivating. I'm not happy with this pageant. What I should do?
Of course, they will move so much behind, right?
Exactly. Everybody is giving their hard time, and especially for a Mrs. category, when we see they're leaving their kids, they have a lot of hurdles, convincing their families, convincing the society, convincing even there were some ladies who have been spending time to convince their kids that, baby, I want to go for a pageant, and they're like, Mom, why you want to go?
That's very sad, actually.
Exactly. And then the ladies are going there, and whole day they're standing there. no food, no proper communication happening, no proper treatment happening, and apparently there are some patients who are charging and the results are already decided when everybody comes to know at the end. And these all things have really made my team come to me and ask me that, ma'am, anyways we are supporting other brands, so why don't we do our own pageant? Okay, when people already know Being Muskan events, we do our own pageants where we know what we are doing is completely genuine. And this is where we always stand out, saying that we are the most transparent and honest pageant in town. Nobody can question our results because they know it's completely genuine. And one more thing for us, who wins, who doesn't win, doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
We always stand, whoever is our participant who comes to me and who asks me for a support, and if I see the person is very good in acting, okay, for example, but the person is not even a winner, but if I see there is a requirement coming to me for acting, I will definitely recommend that person.
Okay.
So for me, that might not be your day or might be your day, or you might have got good score or not, but that's not end. Okay, you win, you don't win, but consistency. If you really want to go here. And after my pageant, there were some girls who didn't even want from my show, but they went to other pageant. Still, my team have been helping them to get prepared for the other pageant.
The other pageant show.
After winning, they're thanking me, they're thanking my team, and they're messaging me that, yeah, even though I won it there, the confidence what I got from coming out of my corporate life, or say being a house maker, was given by you and your team. So we are really thankful that where I am right now, even holding other pageant title, but this is just because of you. So this is an achievement for me and my team, and this is where we stand out.
Anyway, I'm telling to my audience, there are so many people, so many women, even in UAE and our country. We can see so many sitting themselves in their home, thinking of their dreams. They just, they just cover it for the sake of their family and everyone surrounding them. But actually, what advice you have to give them?
See, I would advise that every female likes attention. Every female wants to look their best, and this is why we are female. We have to maintain ourselves. We have to look good, and I agree. After marriage, especially, we give everything to our family, our kids, our society, friends, husbands' friends, our friends, in-laws friends. We have a lot of places where we have to be giving 100%, where we miss thinking of our own self. And I know it's a very difficult task to convince these ladies to come. I mean, when I'm talking to these ladies, you'll be surprised the kind of reasons they give. My mom-in-law can't cook, I have to cook for her. My maid is not available, I have to do this. But convincing them and showing them some examples of ladies who have got transformed from the previous season, it's amazing. So my advice to all those ladies is, one, that I understand we are doing a lot for the society, we are doing a lot for the family, friends, kids. I am also a mother. I'm sitting here, back in my mind, my son is sending me messages, what is for dinner and all. But then I think it's important to do something for your own self. And if you really want to do something for yourself, whatever you're doing, however you're busy, but you will take out that time. Like I have taken out of my time. I have a corporate life. I have a 2.5 years old daughter. I have an 11-year-old son. I have my husband. Still, I'm taking this time for my event company and building this platform because this is a passion. So if you're really passionate about it, please walk a little extra mile and achieve this.
Throughout the journey, you might have gone through so many exciting things and all, unforgettable moments. Can you please share some of them with us?
Okay. What happened is, in my previous season, a female was very scared, and she really wanted to do something for her community back in a state, in India. And she approached me that, I heard there are different pageants happening in town, but I want to do yours because everybody told me this is the best one and will get properly trained. And she's like, I don't want to stop after winning or after getting the title. I want to do something for the ladies of my village, which was a very beautiful thought. I loved it. Okay. Then after a few days, she approached me that, is there any ways I can make sure that I'm winning?
Okay.
I was like, darling, I am so sorry. And this is what I suggest to all the participants. I'm so sorry. This won't be happening in my show. Tell me, what is the thing which is stopping you from winning? she said, I have some communication problems. I'm not really that great in English. I said, my show is not here to judge your language barrier. You can talk in English, Hindi, whatever language you want. We have our translators there. We have our jury who can understand Hindi or whichever language you want.
Right.
We can accordingly deal with that. So she was still hesitant. So I said, okay, if you want, what I can do is I can arrange a trainer for you. You can take online training from her. Okay, she will help you to be confident. It's not about the language. What you're saying is important. Okay, I told her the same thing, not the language. She have done the training, and on the stage, and I knew that the girl is really having a lot of caliber. I have seen her pictures, shoots and everything. She was like amazing, okay? When she won it, she started crying there. She hugged me and she was like, I never had this confidence
Out of
in
happiness.
me, but you had this confidence in me. So this was like very beautiful moment for me. And then there was another one where I was having a Mr. UA International. To add on to this, we not only empower women, we also do pageant for men, because why only ladies have all the fun.
Yeah, that's right.
So I have Mr. category where we have boys from different fields of life and aspect, like we have doctors, teachers, lawyers, business owners, IT heads. So there was a kid, I mean not a kid, he was a grown up, but his mom have approached me to register him. He's from Kerala, and mashallah, he's doing amazing. He have done a lot of songs and movies in Malayalam also. So what happened is his mom approached me, and she used to do a follow-up with me. That is he doing good? Is he doing good? His physics are good, like, you know, all these things. So I hardly spoke to this kid. So he came into the pageant, and because I am a mother, I'm very much connected with my son. So I could feel that with, you know,
what's
his
going
mom.
on inside her.
Yeah, so I was very much connected with this family. So when he won, and he started crying on the stage. So I called his mom, and that moment was captured, and that was in Khali's time also. We sent the pictures. They chose that picture because it was beautiful emotional moment when he's starting, like standing and crying, and the mother is hugging, and it was beautiful. So these are some of the moments of my pageant which is like memorable for me.
Who is your inspiration actually from your childhood onwards? Is there anyone who see as a role model, or who have inspired you more?
Not into the modeling. As a person, my father have always inspired me. I mean, he's not with us anymore, but I have always followed what he said. As I told you that he says whatever you feel is good. You keep doing good. Don't think about what the person is giving you in return. This is what I always follow, and he have been always my role model, because I have seen him helping people genuinely without expecting anything in return. So he is, and he will always remain my role model. And now my husband also is just like him. He supports me, and you know, mostly we have our Asian man have this, you know, that woman is doing good, and you know, somebody feels that okay, I'm known because of my wife's name. So this kind of ego clashes we never have. So yes, my dad,
you're good,
and then
very
my
grateful
husband.
to have such a
I have been always
beautiful
lucky
person in your life.
with both man, and now my son is also like this. He comes to my event. He is not a camera friendly person, but in the backstage he helps all the admin team, and he's very good. Mashallah, he's like 11. He's like my friend now. So that way I'm blessed, and my inspiration have been always my dad.
So what is your goal actually? Now you are a event management. You have got your own event management team, and you're a pageant queen. And what is there something more to be added to your life?
Definitely, I have a lot of plans lined up. Okay, I have a strong corporate background, as I told you, and I never thought that I'll be owning a company called Being Muskan Events apart from my work life, but I'm trying to balance everything. So my vision towards this is to make sure we give maximum opportunities to the people who are participating. And we started with only Mrs. UAE International, and this is where my previous website was only only Mrs. UAE International.
Mrs. UAE.
But now what we did is, after seeing the season, boys have approaching, and then we have girls who are not married, they started approaching us. So this is where we added a lot of things. So under Being Muskan Events, we have Miss UAE International, Mr. UAE International, Mrs. UAE International, Kids Fashion Show, Gulf Achievers Award.
Okay.
So we have
So
already
these 5
expanded.
events
Yes,
are going on
exactly.
each year, isn't it?
Every year we do twice. Gulf Achievers we do twice.
Twice.
Mrs. and Kids we do once. And I think yes, this I'll be very honest. This vision was not mine. It's just people loving and people asking me to do more. This is where I'm adding more tasks, and we are working on a few more projects with one of some of the biggest media companies in Dubai. So hopefully,
Okay.
coming
So
soon.
what is the next soon coming shows?
Next
Upcoming
we
shows?
have in October. On October 29th, we have Miss UAE International, and we'll be having Kids Fashion Show along with some really big achievers of UAE who will be having Gulf Achievers Award.
Okay, that's great. Dubai is a city of dreams, right? So what is Dubai to you actually?
I think where I'm sitting right now in front of you, it's just because of the country this is, okay? And being a woman and coming from India, we know how it is to be an independent and individual woman to work on. And I have always said that this is all the love which I got from UAE. This is why I am here right now. And I don't think if I was in some other country, I would have been this successful, because you really have to have that confidence, you have to give this confidence to your family that wherever you're going is safe. And we are blessed to be in UAE where we are completely safe. Even it's a night shoot or early morning shoot, our husband knows, our family knows that okay, she's in Dubai, she's safe.
Yes.
And a lot of people tell me that, come on, in Dubai if you're not doing this, then where will you do it?
Yeah,
that's an example. Recently I got this comment that, come on, if you're not doing this in Dubai, where will you do it? So yes, Dubai, UAE means a lot to me. And this is where my title is called Mrs. UAE International or Miss UAE International, because we are picking on the best females of UAE. And I think UAE have added a lot of element in my success and my growth. So we will be always thankful to this nation.
Okay, great. Yes, as you said, there is a possible, if we are desiring something, there is a chance and opportunity for everyone in this land, isn't
Exactly.
it? And
this
those
is a land
ready
of
to work hard.
opportunities.
There is a
Exactly.
chance for everyone.
Yes, exactly. This is a land of opportunities. You just need to reach to the correct person and correct platform, and this is all yours.
Okay. So during this, throughout the journey of your life, you might have faced so many criticisms and so many negative comments and all, both from the society, from the family, maybe from the close friends also. So how do you face it so courageously?
As I said, it's important to believe in what you're doing. I've always believed that what I'm doing is correct. And I'm not doing anything which is going to harm anyone. In fact, it's going to help. And initially, in my first pageant also, when I left my son, who is just 4 years old, people started talking why it's important, why you really want to do this. And I knew this is for me. I have to do this. I did it. And even now, people have positive and negative thought, because in modeling, or say glamour industry, this always happens. But there are saying that if you know what you're doing is correct, just go ahead. People will keep talking. Okay, and when you reach there,
Right.
then they will think of meeting you or talking to you. This is what is happening to me now. We say that our friends, college, school friends have been always, our closest one. But, when you grow, you see these people just falling, nobody goes up with you. And they all have, their own negative thoughts, or say jealousy, or whatever term you want to use, that mostly you don't get encouragement or say motivation from these people. They want to put you down. But consistency, just focus and do what you do.
Just focus on your dreams.
Yes.
You're a pageant queen, and you're the founder of Muskan Events.
Being
Muskan Events. So as a pageant groomer, what is the instructions? First, most important thing you instruct to a person who is coming in a desire to join the pageant shows. There may be so many criteria, isn't it? Maybe the personality, maybe their language, as you said before, maybe their structure, their height, their color. Is it really matter?
No. For Mrs. Pageant especially, we do not focus on this. Being a Mrs., we have gone through a lot, delivering the kids, a lot of treatments, and our age. So we don't focus only on the physical appearances. We first thing we want from the person to have the willingness to come out of their comfort zone. If you don't have that willingness, whatever we are doing, you will not perform good on the stage. So first thing is the person need to convince their own self that yes, I want to do this and I will do it for myself. Then second thing starts is the confidence building. Then we work on their physical appearance, where we teach them, obviously, where we tell them to go for healthy eating, which is not only for the patient, which is important for any person. Yes. Then we tell them how to do makeup sessions, how to do styling, how to walk, how to talk. Like, you know, I was not sitting like this before. And when I was in India, I was like, voila, the way I want. Now, whenever I sit also, I'm poised, you know, I am having my chin up. So these body postures. So these things we train them. But we never focus on their physical appearance only, because
doesn't
for me,
matter, isn't it?
Yes, and in our contest, we keep different rounds. For example, we have a talent round. We have obviously fashion show and ramp walk. Then we have a questionnaire round, where we are trying to see a person who is best in talent, in personality, in brain, and in beauty. So it's a combination, of brain, beauty, personality, and knowledge. And talent also. So yes.
That means a better person is being selected.
Exactly. Because see, even if you're beautiful, you have the crown, you're going into media and you're not able to speak properly. No, this is not, a fashion show. You walk, you look good, you present the clothes properly, you go, Wallah, no. This is a Mrs. Pageant where I'm working to bring best personality of yours. So the person holding the crown should have that elegance, should have that charm, or should have that confidence to speak to people, talk about their journey. So this is how it is.
So how do you compare this Miss Pageant shows and Mrs. Pageant shows?
Okay, see what happens. For Mrs. is my forte. Let me be very honest. I hope Miss don't get upset on me, but you all will agree that Mrs. When they come for a pageant, they have to really do a lot of adjustments, sacrifices, leaving their small kids, or even like, the bigger kids also like really not very comfortable, sending their mother. So they have to arrange, the fees. So like, for Miss, they have their parents to pay for the fees. But for Mrs., they have to arrange. And they have to make sure their husband is going on time office. The kids are like, dropped properly. And then they are coming for the training. But for Miss, I have seen, Wallah, mothers are standing there with the lunch box, with the water, with the juices, with the dresses, everything. So there is a big difference, okay? Even in terms of training, we have different specialized areas which we cover for Mrs. and which we cover for Miss. Okay, so for Miss, we focus more on photo shoots. Okay, we take sessions for photo shoot grooming. We don't prefer more having on talent on, because nowadays every parents are sending their kids on some or the other talent, like say dancing, singing. So everybody is having that backup. But for Mrs., we don't have apparently that. Even though somebody maybe was very good in dancing, but that was in years back, So they need to polish that again. So this is the reason
this is a chance where they get a chance again.
They get their passion again back. Somebody's good
after
in
so
singing.
many years.
Yes, and they put an effort to go for the dance classes, or go for a singing classes, make that dress properly ready for all this. Whereas for Miss, they get everything done with their parents. And this is the reason. And again, Miss are like where girls are mostly going after our show, going for say movies or for modeling. So for them, it's very important to go for a photo shoot. So this is where we have different rounds. For Miss, we keep a round called photo shoot round.
Okay.
Where whichever girl is posing the best and very confident on this will get the points. Plus, we'll see also their outcome of the pictures. So we keep different rounds looking at the people. For kids, no. I am completely not in favor of having kids beauty pageant. Okay, yes, I do kids fashion show. Say 90% of the parents who are sending their kids for a kids fashion show is not because they are planning to send their kids into modeling. It's just because nowadays every kid is on technology, tablets,
they just
phones.
want to distract them.
Yeah, gadgets. So they want a confidence, So this is the reason most of them, they send the kids for the fashion show. So we don't do a beauty pageant for kids. We do a fashion show where we help them on walking on the ramp, because I think the stage confidence is the best confidence. The person who is confident on stage can really talk well to anyone, can really handle any person in like very well mannered. This is where we do kids fashion show, but not a pageant.
Okay, so what all rounds will be there in the kids pageant?
Kids fashion show will be
Fashion
having
show.
fashion walk only. It will be like depends, like 3 to
Different
2
rounds.
designers. They'll be changing the dresses. There'll be walks. We give them the training. We
Oh,
give them the
okay.
training, how to walk, how to pose. Then we'll be also having a
So how
photo
many
shoot.
days training it might?
2 days training for
2 days
kids. Yeah, kids can't
the
take
kids.
more than that. Yeah, like
Of course.
I also have 4 years old kid. I also have like 13 years old kid. So it's like not good for like taking them more than 2 days for the training. So yes.
Anyway, thank you, Meena. Thank you so much for being with us, being with World Vision, sharing so much of the things with our audience. Thank you.
Thank you so much for inviting me, and looking forward to see you all in our next season, which is on 29th of October. And once again, thank you so much to all the ladies who are here, and I'm sitting here because of the love which I got, and I'll keep doing the good work, and I'll keep supporting all of you. Thank you. Thanks.
Thank you.